Alright folks, welcome back. It is reset day again, a little bit before the end of my Monday. Here, reset, third week, and this is the actual milestone from second week. I generally move my milestone to the following day because currency overflow. I still think that's a very incredibly disagreeable design in the way to make each week feel like something is happening. So you either do it and then lose out on the currency, or I mean, you're already losing out on currency. Last week I vehemently, probably aggressively mentioned that the practicality of lowering the payout for weeklies is incredibly short-sighted and almost, in my opinion, anti consumerism, in a manner of speak. Like, it's if there's a way to exhaust the remaining player base, that is definitely a method of doing it. Additionally, probably continuing to spend aggressively more resources for developing trials. I still didn't manage to. I actually sat around. There are some groups around that's filling out for what did I call it now? I've got the abbreviation. SO SO something. Anyways, I did hit RTQ though. I hit an RTQ and saw what it's like on the normal version. So it looks pretty fun. There's a lot of things going on. I love the reticles and stuff, and the slight platforming, and then like the environmental things. It's kind of chaotic. It has a circular platform as well. That's kind of neat and kind of reminiscent of the third phase of what is that tomb, the baby thing. It's still in the rotation. I keep forgetting what it's called. Hold up, we can figure this out right away. Cradle, right? Cradle of the Death God, right? The last phase. It's kind of interesting. They populate. It's much larger, I think, actually. Um, very interesting phases. One design choice that I thought I kind of liked earlier in the period, but I don't particularly like anymore. In the design choice, and one of them is making the three tiers have limited mechanics. So I'm still not sure if it's true. I didn't get a chance to enter an advanced trial, but generally historically what happens is the normal trial, which goes into the RTQ, has scaled down damage and all that stuff, but it also has missing mechanics, as in mechanics that are not introduced that are layered into advanced, and then advanced is lacking specific mechanics into master. But a lot of times the advance is near the master's like visual mechanics. But the more I thought about it, the more I think about if that is what they're doing now, it still will pave the road for the growing pains of getting more mechanic. In fact, I would even argue doing the reverse is far more attractive, where you have more mechanical things but less punishment for those mechanics, more mechanical complexity but with leniency of the mechanics, leniency of punishment in order to expose those mechanics on a forgiving manner, and then amping up the scaling and damage by refining the mechanics in the later versions. So more complexity in the normal ones and more refinement in the trials and like the advanced and the master. It's actually kind of irrelevant whether they refined it or not, because whatever is here is adaptable to whatever is lower. But in my opinion, the biggest stopgap is being conditioned to thinking the mechanics in what's normal is anywhere reflexive of the advanced and or the. So I think, in my opinion, thinking back after, I don't know, I don't know how many modules now, so 8 or so modules since they introduced the 3 tiers. I think mechanical complexity requires exposure with low performance, like what you call it, low punishments or consequence, so that visual mechanics are available. I don't think it, in my opinion, the whole idea of like helping, getting used to normal will prepare you for advance and masters. The things that the point of failures are unique to advance and unique to masters. I don't think that type of design actually increases the success rate of it. It certainly is a building block, but I don't think it significantly normalizes mechanics. So I like to think what I saw in normals is closer to trials, only like scaled down instead, and then maybe offering something different in masters and advanced, but not necessarily lowering complexity. I think the whole idea of lowering complexity in order to ease into something is not quite working out the way I originally imagined too. I thought that was a great idea, and yet I think complacency sets in even more. Not that I'm not an advocate for having masters or advanced, really. Like having tier systems based on privilege and um aptitude for a live service game a lot of times. So even then, if this is existing, the idea is you're trying to encourage to get to advance and master, and how you make that learning curve smoother, right? And I think at first I was thinking, yeah, I kind of get it. Keep low complexity, and then eventually those players would think that whatever they're going into will be increased complexity. And yet, what I observe most of the time is they spend so much time in normals because, again, trials player base is non really very difficult to argue that you want to create these things anymore because of the continuous recession in player base population. The vast majority will have many experiences with the lower tier stuff, and they will become permanently complacent to the advanced and masters things. Like to this day, the mechanics that are still existing in the game for like many years and they have played many years are either ignored or misrepresented. So I think the whole idea of hoping that players expect to adapt to more challenges or step up to things is being a little bit drowned out by complacency, human complacency, which, in my opinion, can either be alleviated by alleviating gatekeeping, which is this is gatekeeping because scaling and stuff is gatekeeping, or introducing all the complexities that they allow to mechanically practice regardless of the gatekeeping. Because one thing that gatekeeps in MMOs are gear. Gear is a gatekeeping factor. Like, it doesn't matter how skilled you are in that you are currently at. If you do not see a mechanic, then you are at the mercy of everyone around you to be patient enough to see the mechanic enough. But if the gatekeep is that you only have one shot and it's a fail after one shot, then you don't even get enough exposure to even learn across the player base, like the range. Like, for example, imagine if a Souls game only gave you one attempt every 1 or 2 days, depending on who else is playing. No, you can't sit there, and even if that boss one-shots you through the first mechanic, you can at least see the boss 40 times or to your heart's content. In this case, you can't even try these things with enough time You actually see the mechanics that ends the raid or it ends the group, right? In fact, it's so prevalent that upon the first wipe, the group disbands. And I'm not talking about the already established players. We're talking about any player who isn't established. So any player that goes on LFG and say, "Oh, it's grouped together," and then the group breaks up, the immediate first mechanical fail. Or you do the thing where experience only, experience only. Well, how do you get experience if most people on are inexperienced? And then you have the practice ones where they wipe once and they disband. And then it gets to the point, it takes so long for them to collectively have enough attempts, even to learn by trial by error or like discovery, that they've already done like tons of randoms chances on them, and they become complacent, in my opinion. So you get so used to a simplified form because of artificial gatekeeping, in my opinion. That's what artificial gatekeeping is you can't control if other players don't want to play with you. You can't control what other players require that they succeed or be seen as possibly successful before even attempting. So in this case, you don't see masters anymore. So if they made masters indistinguishable from advanced, no one would be none the wiser. And then if you made advanced exactly identical to the normal by scaling it down, that would at least show that they are familiar with the mechanics of the trial, in anticipation that the one thing they can do is at least be able to avoid damage that would otherwise end. It would wipe the team. I mean, I don't know how lenient these things are. I don't imagine they're that lenient. I imagine if you lose one player, it's gonna successfully tank the thing, even if it's a DPS. And then you start expecting a tank to know something before they even get a try. On day one, after week one, the only cues that I saw outside of maybe one was experience only. Experience only. Like it was week one, and the requirements is experience only on advanced trials. That is like saying, oh, a FromSoft game, oh, you do all the bosses perfectly enough because all the other bosses teach you about the current boss. So you're expected to be, 95% success ratio because all the bosses you've fought before will help you with this boss. No, usually is they encounter a new boss, they get their face slammed in, and now you know. Then you go back, and now you can avoid that, or try to avoid that, become more consistent, and then now you get slammed by the second obstacle. Sometimes you get lucky and you go through like 4 or 5 different obstacles and you get slammed by one and you fix it and you go, right? But you have enough attempts to do that. Nowadays, even like what's worse is the compounded rarity of doing this. You not only do not it's really hard, it's really challenging, but it's not really hard and really challenging because you made the game really challenging or you made your mechanics great. It's really hard, it's challenging because no one wants to play it, or no one is available to play it, or not enough people are available to play it. So while you're still like dangling this stuff and even increasing the loot and incentives, that's feeding the players that are already there. So no, your reception is still lukewarm and still the same. So you're upkeeping the status quo. At the same time, it will continue to be rarer and rarer. And as attrition goes, this type of pattern of development hasn't changed. So I would be floored if I see a sudden increase in player base due to the same elemental designs. that clearly is not working, in my opinion. Personally, I'm gonna see if I can get into advanced like sometime in my off time, because during this time it's absolutely 0%. Nearly 0% chance that I will see anything dealing with this trial. And then during the hours, I either get accepted because they think I'm experienced, or they need someone to fill it in, like because they don't want to wait any longer. That's usually the case. So you have to get experience where you can't get experience, and that's a problem. So instead, I would say normalize all the complexities. In fact, even make the random one, the normal one, have even more complexity, but it's less punishing. So then when someone says, are you experienced? Well, they're at least experienced enough to see all the possible mechanics that will occur when the damage can punish you. And then the whole idea of experience will be a little bit murkier, right? Like they're like, well, I've done this a lot here, so at least I know what I'm looking for. And even those who see it many, many times will at least have the awareness, the visual awareness. Now, in terms of behavioral things, that's where the punishment comes in. But I think if you're already punishing the things out of like the introduction thing, those people don't even do these long enough to even acquire that. Some some may argue, well, that's because you're not dedicated to the game enough. It's like, well, you can't dedicate to the game if there's like a party of 3 out of 10 every single day when you play the game. Um, there's a difference between being dedicated and then dependency. And in this case, trial is a dependency. It's a dependency if you have other people to play. Now, there has been great efforts. I like to acknowledge some of those people who immediately like makes a channel and try to gather all the interest parties together. But those people, they form, they break up after like one wipe. They some actually form, find out that we're not going to make it, and leave. That's actually far more common than the other one. Or like they look at you and they're like, nah, we need someone more qualified, without saying what they're looking for, because they're looking for success, not trial, for lack of a better word. But yeah, that's what I gathered from the last week on the off time. Anyways, third week, right? We get to see the end of week 2 milestone, to listen to what happens as we get a little deeper into the conspiracy, I suppose. Where basically last time where we left off was we got in contact with the resistance, right? Life here is miserable. It's basically a dystopian portrayal of a very particular a very particular form of governance, and yeah, see where we get in trouble. I don't expect to ever be able to randomly run into a group during this time slot. So that to initially demonstrate, to basically demonstrate that activity for these things, at some point, one section of the time zone, release windows can completely be uprooted and catered towards the major group that you're catering to, because it's certainly not anything about dealing, in my opinion, really directly. It certainly has no focus or change or initiative to maybe increase player interest. It's to retain whatever player base is left, which that seems like a reasonable resource to dedicate most of the time to. There, in my opinion, humbly speaking, it's very clear what their priorities are, and that's fine, I suppose. The game will continue to do what it can do by maintaining and retaining. I think there is a complete lack of initiative. In fact, I think there's even less initiative this time around. There was some feeling of a general direction. Hey, you believe in the future of the game or something. Or like, let's adapt to the trending models of certain things to increase the player base. But this one specifically hit home. It's like another couple of steps to remove any interest in perhaps, I mean, as far as I know, D&D is still on the rise, as in the trends for this type of thing is still. But this game does not, in my opinion, have a lot of any design language that would suggest that they're interested in maybe resurrecting the player base, but to more satisfy and maintain the current player base, which they don't have to do that either of whatever they're doing now to retain me, because I mean, I kind of just want to see wherever this ends up eventually, it or when it ends, I guess.
In a society where death is not the end,
Okay,
makes you think about a peaceful afterlife.
so let's go check out our week 2 milestone, because it's week 3.
If you want to make yourself useful, I've
Wait, actually, is this the thing? The arms deal. That's okay. Here. This is it. If you want to make yourself useful, I've got just the thing. There was an attempt to rob a convoy carrying weapons along an old mining road called Open Vein, but things went south and the resistance were forced to retreat. Okay. Let's go grab them. And then we already have our established circuits. I don't think anything changed with our established circuits to fill in the excess currency. I'll probably only do this one character. We'll see how long it takes. I've set a limit, an artificial limit of 3 hours and or 1 character completion, right? I really am very disfavored at how they reduce the currency output of weeklies in order to increase some sort of game time. Search for weapons. Oh, we just straight up. That's not too bad. There was some patch notes as well, but it dealt more with rebalancing or doing some balancing tweaks to the for the trial. And that's cool. I suppose they balanced something before I even had a chance to do any of them, so or except for maybe the normal. But the only time I'll encounter the normal trial is if it ends up in RTQ. And that's usually where most people do as well. That are outside of the privileged groups. I think what's very obvious when I'm hanging around and stuff is everyone's already looking for or going to wait on the next module. That's kind of how things are with trials. And those who are interested in the trials have probably already done their deed and then sell whatever they can sell at exorbitant money, at exorbitant prices, and then, you know, there would be eye rolls and gatekeeping and stuff. That's typical result. The trial looks cool. I'm gonna have to give them that though. Although I don't think I've ever had an issue with, in my opinion, or any commentary very much on the content of the games. It's more like the design choices, the like the pro player community design choices. being made. Like for example, increasing restoring the currency to 20 per weekly does not affect the quality of the content, like the mechanics or the boss, the themes, does not affect that. What the? Oh, they did adjust something with the assassins. The assassins come up more often. There's also that. Okay, so these are not unique. So you have to actually, or these are unique. So you have to select exactly. They can see. Interesting. The heck is where the 20th go? Oh, and there's a new lockbox. I guess we'll open some lockboxes at the end of the stream. If I had, it's 75 or bust. That's usually how I go about it. I open 75 lockboxes, or get the mythic drop before 75, whichever comes first, or whichever, yeah, whichever comes. Excuse me, like, where is this last thing? Oh, great, amazing. And this will aggro everything. Everything. It's something. Oh, there's more than 20. I see 21. I see 23 or 22 places. All right, let's head back. Okay.
Conform and obey.
I like it. I like the atmosphere. I think the level is pretty good when you get used to it. It took about like a day or two to get used to like the place is smaller than it looks.
I hate to advocate alcohol.
But I think
violence,
that's
or
kind of one of
insanity to
the,
anyone, but they've always worked for me.
like Claire Obscured is it's kind of like the idea of artistry and whatnot, where you can make things feel big while
They
at
get things done. That's good. They'll divvy up the weapons, distribute them among their network, and arm some of the oppressed. Expect chaos and a lot of bloodshed.
you can make things feel big and look big, or yeah, feel big, but while being literally smaller, and that also gives you like convenience of traversal and all that stuff. So tight things while not being overwhelmed. Wait, is that it? Oh, no. Okay, so we gotta help out each of the people.
I've some Talus cards for sale if you fancy divining without magic. Or I can read them for you.
No.
For a price.
The people of Thay are suffering. Valora has a task for you. Seems she's got plans for something spectacular. A message to make it loud and clear what we think of this regime. I've been pushing back against this for some time, but with all you've done so far, I've been given direct orders to allow this to happen.
Interesting. I wonder if disaster happens. Oh, hey. Another
The
weekly.
resistance has
Oh,
been occupied trying
I
to
forgot.
push-
We have to do the, we have to pick up our weekly activity thing. I should have picked that up first. That's okay. I have to speak to this lady. Okay. Task for me?
Finally, the Resistance and their leader have come around. Margatha was never fond of my methods, but you can feel it, can't you? The people have been suffering, and they're teetering on the precipice. They just need a push. I'll get to the point. You, my firebrand, are going to set fire to the statue of Zastam. It'll magically fix itself, but it's the message that counts. Here's a list of ingredients for a delayed blast fireball spell. The actual spell you'll be setting off is a combination of that and something special I created. I've already prepped the other half, so all you need to do is collect these ingredients, climb up to the statue, prime the spell, and get the heck out of there. You'll find what you need up by the crucible. I'm reliably informed.
Ah, I see. So, vandalism. Nice. I got you. That's how we do it. Protest by explosives. Okay. Where are these ingredients at? Here? Sulfur? Yeah, of course you collect sulfur. Very minimal, like, chiming tool, like, background music. Oh man, the boss music for the Dread Sanctum in the last one. That went pretty hard. I don't actually know what the sounds like in the... Whoa. That's supposed to do that to my vision. Yep. Holy. That is the game, by the way. That the little blurry vision thing. Oh, that's actually a person. Just kidding. All right. This is kind of all right. Nausea alert. But okay, I see. I don't. Is it just me or I don't? Oh, okay. Double vision, of course. Hopefully no one's nauseous about these things. Double vision could be off-putting. Unless you have astigmatism like I do. Can't you guys see I'm not interested? My quarrel is not with you, good sir. Oh, I forgot I switched the layout. Yes. Roar. Right. So you placed one all the way up here. Amazing. Verticality. Kinda nice. Unless you actually have to get up here. And then your companion is keeping you in combat, so there's that. Okay, so there's 3 up here. Yep, still in combat. Permanently in combat. Thank you. Because now they're just standing there. Amazing. Right. Like, where did this guy come from? Alright. Alright, there we go. Prime the charge, you say. Oh, you. Okay. I have to collect some loot boxes as well, so I can remind myself. Open the loot boxes and be underwhelmed, because even the loot boxes are underwhelming most of the time. Despite getting, if you even get the loot, it's not like that enables you. Oh, we're finally going down this mosh pit of spooters. Okay, exciting. Oh, it's just leading me down here through this path. Not actually required to go down this path. Of course. Thank you, fantastic fantastic layout. Instead of taking like, you know, yeah, I should have just OTK'd myself and then warped to this position. Thank you, pathing. Well, now I know, right? That's why we do it with more than one character. See these things. Okay. This guy just does nothing, right? Yeah, nothing. Okay. Here we are. Oh, where are we? Go. Oh, okay. I didn't even realize that there was a path like this. I didn't even realize you could do this. Holy heck. This is really neat. If I fall down, it might not be so neat. Oh, I didn't even know you could get up here. Holy heck. Wait, is that a zombie chicken? Okay, that's pretty cool. This is pretty cool. All right, now what do we do? Wait for the explosion. Oh, to subside. That's pretty neat.
Spectacular. I bet they could see that from the crucible.
All right. Pretty neat pathway. I like the main quest. Definitely. Very interesting. Things are happening. I'm guessing it's that thing right there that we lit the thing on fire. That statue right there. The place is big. I mean, this game tends to have relatively large instances. Or their scale, anyway. Alright. I got you. Now what? Now what are we doing?
Sometimes I surprise even myself. Good job, Firebrand. The market is abuzz with talk of what you did. Maybe it was enough for the Tharchin to make an appearance.
Tharchin?
I used to get hired to do weather forecasts for nobles. Nowadays, not so much.
Alright, now what is your disgruntled disagreement?
The stunt Valora had you pull has heightened security. Normally we'd lay low, but people are starting to rally. I heard the indentured are fighting back. Gnolls and orcs have been brought in to quell the disturbance, but we can turn this to our favor. The Gnolls are only loyal to strong leaders, and the orcs are well equipped. Deal with them both, and not only do we get our hands on some much-needed supplies, we might even be able to poison their relations with each other and the higher-ups, foment some discord, promote some infighting.
That sounds like a revolution to me. And an insurgence. Doing all the stuff, checking the boxes. Oh yeah, and now the one of the patch notes is pretty good. These things are no longer lacking texture. The first week, right? The first week or two, I'm like, dude, these blocks look really weird. Like, what happened to the texture? So they added texture back to it. So, and then other places, I'm not sure of all the I feel like most of the stone stuff got texturized. So now they don't feel like they're floating in the middle, discontinued. So that's kind of nice. Again, I generally do not have any qualms with... I didn't even realize you can go down here. Like, get down here from here. I usually take the elevator. I don't have qualms with the game's, like, assets and how they build their places. And even the voice acting. And the writing. It's often dealing with, staggered gatekeeping and all that stuff. Oh, do I just walk in here? Can you have me open the door? I mean, can I open the door? Oh no, I just walk in. Hi guys. Oh, this reminds me of like World of Warcraft days. Or not World of Warcraft days, Warcraft days. Straight up Warcraft days. And maybe like the early days of the Tower District, right? What am I supposed to do? Take out and then collect equipment. I got you. Got you. How do you solve violence and oppression? Violence and oppression. As the joke goes, I suppose. How do you stop the cycle of violence? Violence. Is there like a cache of equipment somewhere? Oh. So these boxes are caches. Oh, nothing like wiping out all the orcs. Feels bad. Thrall would not approve. Okay, so these things contain more than... That guy just stuck. Fine. You guys stay out there, please. Don't mind the lack of people inside. Alright, off to the Gnolls. Okay, that's upstairs. I want to make sure I don't path up in a weird way. Also, the activities, Black Ops in Red Country, it fills up so slowly. It should fill up faster, in my opinion, to offset the weekly. Like, all of that takedown is 12%. And then when you do the stuff, it's not even enough after repeating so many. In my opinion, at least line it up. Alright, Gnolls. These Gnolls? What Gnolls? I guess they're all eradicated, so I'm gonna switch to a low pop instance. Takes me back to the beginning. Thank you. Thank you, game. I don't need to do patrols today yet. No hard feelings, guys. I only need to 20. Just, you know, 25. 25 and I'll be out of my way. I mean, I'll be out of my way. I'll be out of your way. I promise. It's for the greater good, I tell you. As the more powerful would suggest. I can patrol. Alright, I'm out. Bye-bye. Okay. I said 25. And we're just... No need for gratuitous violence. Professional, you know, professional. You say 25? I try to keep it to 25.
No independent thought.
Too late.
Our courage lights our path.
I've nothing for you at the moment. Good work. These supplies are going to come in handy. I'll get this lot delivered to the safe house, and if you see any more gnolls causing trouble, you know what to do. Slap them down. They respect a strong hand.
Oh, do they now? Do they? Alright. What you got for me, Thompson?
They're due to move the prisoners today. Forced to march in the heat, shackled in single file. A parade of mockery, humiliation, and outright disregard for dignity. I know for a fact that those prisoners are not criminals. They're objects of the authorities' ire. Political prisoners. The ones guarding them are apprentices and their pet wraiths. Need you to head over to Gallows Drop, give them what's coming, and free the captives. While you're doing that, I'll get to spreading the word.
Alright. Sounds good. Be nice to get a little backup, but you know, it's fine. It'd be cramping my style anyways. Are we taking the elevator? Thanks. Thank you for pathing through the elevator. Right. Is this the little... Oh, okay. Nope, those are not it. These guys? No, they're thralls. Can you not get stuck on the... Yes, thank you. Nope. Are they up here? That's not me, I promise. I don't see any wraiths here. Okay, still in battle. Thank you, Reggie. Oh, okay. Neat. 1. 7 more to go. That's neat. I really dig the like the eclectic locations of these things. Okay. Hey, this is cool. Very, very cool. Can I free you too? No. That guy's gone. Gone. We lost him.
Neverwinter fools!
Okay. We still have to take out 1 Wraith Summoner. Got 3 more prisoners. You guys got prisoners? Yes. Come.
Masters!
Reggie, can you take care of that, please? Or not? Alright. 6. 7. Who's the lucky number 8? Yeah, this is cool. Oh, thank you for responding. Excuse me. Alright, let's head back to Thompson. Thompson. Okay. Okay.
Sastam sees all.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Okay.
You know, just my quill alone isn't enough. And weapons aren't enough either. But you're a battering ram. Together, pen and steel make revolutions. What do you say? Let's keep this rolling?
Does that mean we're at a standstill? Oh, no. We're going back to, Timothy. I'm just gonna call him
There
Timothy.
are plenty of people
Yes, sir.
who could do with a helping hand. I may have some ideas.
Alright, go on, Tesser.
Hero, I have an idea that can help us out. While you've been working with the Resistance, I put my skills to good use. See, I've got my hands on some scrying stones.
Okay.
The sort that can surveil and eavesdrop. There are key points around the city where we can set them up. Whatever they see and hear will be sent back to us. It's a good way to keep an eye on anything that can jeopardize the Resistance.
Alright, I got you. Why couldn't you place those things? That'd be an interesting question. Is it more conspicuous for me to do so or for you to do so? Wait. Holy, wait. Oh, these aren't just... whoa. Okay, alright. I'll give it to you. It's not around town. It's like around town. These are far positions. I thought maybe it was in the central hub. When he meant around town. If you have civil following you, you move them out of the red. Oh, for that one heroic encounter. Where are you taking me? If you take me through the spider pit again, I swear, man, I will be very flustered. Oh, okay. I didn't even realize you can go up here, but alright.
Fools die here.
No thanks. I wonder what happens when you enter that. I don't know where that takes you. Oh, that's where that large tunnel up there is. Okay. Okay. Alright. Where's this taking me now? It's taking me everywhere. Practically a tour of the place, which kind of makes sense. Sorry, TwitchBot. TwitchBots are coming in force. Spam bots are ever reminding me. The volume of Twitch spams and solicitation. Alright, now we're crossing back through the... Alright. Got 4 more locations. 1, 2, 3... Are you telling me... Okay.
Sastam sees all.
No, I don't think you do. I don't think you do, buddy. Ooh. Oh yeah, this is the entranceway. So I should TP to different locations, probably. Speed things up. Oh.
Conform and obey.
It takes us all the way down here. Oh. Oh, it's like halfway. Alright, so we couldn't take the elevator. Alright, fair enough. And now we have to go all the way back up.
Sastam sees all.
Alright, I get the point. What exactly are you seeing? Are you seeing me place these scrying orbs everywhere? Yeah, I thought so.
Serve in death.
There are trolls here. Okay. Alright. Can peeper on all the trolls as well. Not that type of trolls, these kind of trolls. Then we have like lots of red wizards here. Don't mind me. Are you guys friendly? That answers that. Of course, they're all range. Sorry, buddy. I would help you, but I'm not instructed to help you. Keep it profesh. Alright. Maybe another adventure will come by and help you out. Okay. I'm waiting for what may be constitute as another weekly, but it's looking like it's unlikely. Which further cements and makes it pretty clear
Conform and obey.
that someone consciously did this and like, yep, that's exactly what they're gonna do. We gotta increase
I
the
think we've done
playtime.
back. I'll get these stones calibrated. If I hear anything of interest, I'll immediately relay the information to Cox. Hopefully they prove useful.
Which one is Cos? The one that likes explosives? Okay. This person, Cos? No. Wait. This isn't Cos. Oh, hey, there's more. Nice.
The idea of a revolution can easily be planted, Ram. The problem is getting
Propaganda.
it to take root and grow. These folks have been at it for years, and every step up is followed by a shove back to the dumps. Supporters are like carbuncles here. We need to bolster their numbers.
Carbuncles.
First things first. The guards have routinely confiscated leaflets and flyers in favor of going against the peace. We just need to get those back and return them to the people.
Alright.
Every time I pass by those magic mouths, I feel like throwing myself.
Oh,
off a
dang.
cliff. It's endless inane drivel. Been hearing that in my sleep. Which gave me an idea. Spoke to Valora, and she's crafted some enchantments we can use to alter what those magic mouths say.
Interesting.
Something that leans in our favor. Or
Ooh.
at least mocks the despots.
That's kind of cute. I see nothing. Sestam is an idiot. I'm kidding. Let's find out. First thing we do is let's go grab the leaflets. It's probably over here. Yep. Gather confiscated by what? Violence? Why do I have a distinct feeling it's violence again? Can I just aggressively ask them for them back? Nope. We have to execute violence. Hi guys. Come on. Guys. I need to agitate the whole place. Let's go. If someone could just give me the 10 leaflets, others will not be harmed, I promise. No? Alright. Growly, 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 growly. Oh, you guys are stingy with these leaflets. I'm not even convinced you guys confiscated these things. What the heck? Did you guys even confiscate anything? Come here. Come here. One more? Oh, come on. Give me one more. Oh. Okay. Sorry, guys. No hard feelings. Alright. Now we have to hand out the leaflets. Okay. Gotta hand them back to the peeps. To the people. Wait. Where are we going to hand them out? Oh, back in town? So how many quests is that? 25. This game design. Currency or lack of. Okay, here you go. If you're ever in trouble, you know who to call. Your clandestine operation and insurgents and revolutionary insiders. All your local revolutionaries. I don't. That reminds me of the Revolutionary Army in One Piece. There you go. Don't mind the blood that's on them. Perfectly safe. Hello? Hmm. Where's lucky number 10? Or maybe unlucky number 10, depending on how you look at it. Are you in the center somewhere? Oh, there you are. Okay. Alright. That's
You might
one.
be thinking, how does a single piece of paper help us? It's about the idea. And ideas have power. We're simply planting the seed.
Yep. So the seeds of discontent. Or perhaps reap what we sow. Alright. Time to go sabotage the magic mouths. I wonder what they're gonna say.
No independent thought.
I don't like you. Magic mouth guard. Get it? A mouth guard. That's pretty funny, actually.
Tam is not a god. He cannot see all.
Ah, there it is. Yep. You cannot see all. Nice. Good job. Hmm.
There is strength in numbers.
There certainly is.
I hope those announcements drive the Red Wizards mad. I had Valora make them extra difficult to disenchant for good measure. Things are moving fast, Ram.
Hmm. So now I'm a ram now. Ran by this person, a firebrand by this person. You got a nickname for me too? Cos? Oh, this is Cos.
Listen, you've been a big help. I can't deny that. It's not every day someone appears out of the blue and turns the tide against our enemies. In fact, you've been so efficient that I've been given a message for you from the leader himself.
Intriguing.
It's for you and you alone.
Audience with him?
See that red crystal next to me? Interact with that.
Okay.
He'll contact you soon.
Very nice. And before he is Zastam. Okay, just kidding. You gaze into the magical object, a voice whispering in your ear.
Hero of Neverwinter. It's nice to finally make your acquaintance. Yes, I know who you are. Whatever Koss knows, I know. You did a decent enough job at concealing yourself. But there are some things that gave you away. Don't worry. I'm not foolish enough to squander help like this when we most need it.
You mean just despite the idea that my character is a halfling and there are barely any halflings in the area, that's not inconspicuous.
You're after Tam's plans, right? When the Harpers wormed their way into Thay, they managed to make contact with resistance cells in each Tharch. We've been collaborating, trying to find out what Tam is up to, and so far, we've been hitting dead ends. What we do know is that it's big. Bigger than the Dreadbring, even. He's playing the long game, biding his time, working in the shadows, and his influence reaches beyond the borders of Thay. I was supposed to receive more information from my contacts in the other Tharches, but they've gone dark. I suspect my messengers were intercepted. I know they're still alive and are being held in cages down in Deep Hope. Please, rescue them before they're forced to give up our secrets.
Excuse me. Deep Hope, what a name. Deep Hope. Alright. We're gonna take out some more peeps in order to save some peeps, but largely to take out more peeps.
Serve in death.
Need to calm down. Oh, is that where the Deep Hope is? Yeah, this is Deep Hope. Okay. Where's the warden at? This guy? Oh, hi.
Fools are here.
No hard feelings. Alright. Run wild and free, my friends. Let the revolution know. Oh. Wait. Wait. I'm supposed to speak to the red. Oh, is it back to the crystal? Okay. Simple enough. It's kind of funny. The abbreviation for the new trial is called ASOD. I'll show you Assad. Okay. All right. Crystal, let's go.
Thank you. If I find out anything, I'll have Koss liaise between us again. And Hero, this stays between the three of us. The less people in the know, the better.
The three of us only. What about the other two? What about Thompson and the other person?
Did I just see Rathu fly by? I was starting to think he might have... I'm glad you rescued him and his little friends.
I'm the little
They
one.
might look odd and take some getting used to, but Rathu and the rest are one of us. They were created by some red wizard obsessed with transmutation experiments. He tormented them, forced them into service. We found them, and now they have their own free will, as it should be.
Rathu, probably a rat person. The enemy of my enemy. There it is.
We're far from the only underdogs and rebels in this Tharch. With our growing influence and your presence, some other groups have been reaching out and offering to collaborate. Others have not been so forthcoming, which is understandable. We want you to be our representative. Make your way to each designated meeting spot, signal them, meet with them, see what they want. Keep your head down, but your eyes open. Any one could be a trap.
I was just about to say, what are the chances that they're like half of them are traps? Well, here comes the ambush. Let's see. Where are we meeting them? That's the... There's one. Oh, okay, they're in serial, so we can't know where we go. Alright. Alright. What about...
For yourselves.
Speak to the Menutier. Menutier? Representative? I don't know what that is. Sounds fancy. Eye water. Guys are looking, huh? Okay. Where are you guys? I'm here. I'm playing diplomat. Aw. Oh.
Please, just leave me
Are you halflings?
business.
Oh. That makes sense. Minute. Strength sometimes come in surprising small packages. I know. My character is a...
Oh,
Yep.
greetings and well met. Finny Cragglecrest at your service. I represent the minutiae.
Oh,
a
minutiae.
collective of dwarves,
Oh, yeah,
halflings,
that
and
makes
gnomes
sense.
in Thay. We are often
Oh.
overlooked in society, and that's given us an edge. We heard you made quite the explosive impression. We want in. We might not have the advantages of that lot in Baldur's Gate, but we know everything about the terrain beneath our feet.
Gnomes, halflings, and dwarves. How is this going to help the resistance?
Hidden pathways, my friend. We know the ins and outs. Citizens use these to hasten travel across the city, but we know the less common routes. There are also the catacombs and many necropoli with resources and space to turn into safe houses.
Alright. Now pass that on. Welcome aboard. I'm all for the unnoticed, unaccounted for. Speak to the Coalition of Living Miners. I feel like this is going to be a trap. Alright, miners. One of you guys are gonna stab me in the back. Which is it? Oh. I didn't even realize you could enter here. Oh my gosh, you're just chilling in the middle of... What is this nonsense? Okay, they might be okay. Oh. Yes.
Can't even whistle while you work. Oh, you're the... Right. Yes, just keep your voice down.
Or
It
they
might
kind
be
of look like
loud here, but
half-orcs.
Voices
Or
echo.
orcs.
I'm part of the Coalition of Living Miners. We are miners who are alive. Don't confuse us with the Living Miners Coalition. Splitters. We actually like our undead.
What do you want?
Revolution. We're tired. We're pushed to work from dawn till dusk. We sleep in coffins, our food is caked in dirt, we're treated as if we're dead ourselves. And if our undead miners fall and we lay them to rest, they get dug back up and reanimated until their bones erode. These are our family, our friends. It's too much. We've not got much to offer other than numbers, and the pick's in our hands. But we'll do our part.
Alright, I got you. What kind of... Oh, they look like mix. Yeah, lots of mix. Kind of like... Some of them kind of look like half-orcs and some elves. Interesting. Just go everywhere. Speak to the living miners. Oh, okay, this is a trap. The living miners coalition. The ones that are dead. Or maybe they're not. Maybe they're fine. It'd be nice if I'm... You know, nice if I stop being in combat. Okay. Let's see.
Day in, day out.
No.
Day in, day
What the heck? This guy is very much alive. What are they talking about? I'm here regarding smelling salts?
Yes, yes, the smelling salts. Do you smell that? That is the smell of rotting flesh. Day in, day out. Eating, sleeping, working next to corpses. We of the Living Miners Coalition will not stand for this anymore. Do not confuse us with the Coalition of Living Miners. We hate them more than the Red Wizards. The dead should stay dead.
Interesting.
We want a normal life. We want to see the sun, to smell something other than rot. I miss the smell of flowers, of fresh wind. To be worked until our hands bleed, then brought back so they can bleed again? What kind of life is that? We want to truly live. Is that too much to ask for? There's a lot of us. We're beaten, not broken. If we join you, we've got some resilient folks willing to stand up and fight back. Before you go, could you give the guards a good thrashing?
Yeah, sure, I'll give them a good thrashing. Oh, why not? Okay, so no betrayals. Let me surprised. Hey, buddy. I'm just doing what I'm instructed. It's for a favor. 15. Where do I even find 15 guards? Are all these considered guards? Okay, good. Come on. Come on. Come on. I mean, I might as well liberate this camp, you know? There aren't enough guards here. Hi, guard. Can I stick out? Oh, wait. But I can also... Oh, no, no. You guys count. Come on. Come here. Come on. Come on. Hey. Okay. Wait, where are you taking me? Speak to Koraya's contact? Oh, what if Koraya is the mole? No backstabbing yet. Where's your contact at? Holy heck.
Deeply unpleasant weather we're having today. Hero of Neverwinter, we've been watching. Rat Modoc sends his regards, though he is displeased he was not contacted prior to your infiltration. Valora has been sparse on details, but we
Stop.
understand that there has been heightened security. Knowing you two are working together, we have some confidence that you will uncover what Ken is up to. And once you do, let us know post-haste. We've been generous. Do not squander that.
Can I be taken out while this is happening? No. Oh, I can. I was like, can I? Oh, druid, huh? Where are you taking me? Down. Stop. Oh, don't do this. Oh my gosh. It's gonna... I'm telling you. If it takes me through that spider path again... Okay. Oh, you... Oh my gosh, this game is such a butthead right now.
All Regis is here to save the day. Wanted your help?
Think for yourselves.
Think for yourself. Oh, is that permanent? If that is, that's pretty great. So voice boxes permanently change. Neat. Very neat. Alright, druid.
Eyes sharp, stranger.
Whoa.
The mountain is not a safe place. We can speak openly, friend. The wizards have blind spots within the mountain.
Alright.
And we are standing in one of them.
Fair enough.
I am Baraken, a member of the circle within these lands. We believed it was time for a formal and polite introduction. You've been helping us, and we've been helping you.
Were you? I don't think so. Do you require assistance?
Shambling mounds, blighted stags, and other unnatural entities have plagued these parts for years. Recently, though, their appearances have become more frequent and hostile, making our work all the more difficult. I've no doubt the Red Wizards have something to do with this. We're doing our best to give your people a steady supply of food and herbs, but with these creatures on the rampage...
I'm gonna be real. I didn't expect a druid to sound like that. I'll keep doing my part. I mean, the game has me repeating the Shamblers thing over and over again, so I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, pretty normal stuff right here. You say slay, I say where, I suppose. Why is that guy in an instance filled with one person? Why? Why of all the instances here? Could have gone to any instance, but you decided this would be the instance. Alright. You know what? Do I even have to collect it? I wonder. Oh, I do have to do this quest anyways. Okay. Well. Might as well collect these. That's not the way you do damage, that's for sure, as a wizard. You have a defensive artifact? Alright. Don't mind me being a professional. That person looks like they have their thing down packed, so got their situation in order. Now I need 2 more stacks, please. Or just don't spawn very quickly. Did that too. Where are these, what do you do with all the stacks? No. Of course. Where does this take me? Alright. Just enough, right? Alright, we're going back to Margaret. Or Margatha. Margatha. Okay. Okay. Seems fairly long, right? We got to 40. That's not pretty auspicious. Although that's just longer time.
Tam is not a god. He cannot see all.
Darn straight. Okay. Alright, cause.
And our merry band grows.
Okay. A
There's
view
been
from
an
the
attack,
top.
Hero. A Zulkir robbed a bookstore, and by the grace of whatever gods are still watching over us, the bookkeeper is still alive. His name is Powell Strand. He was beaten to within an inch of his life. Sergist found him, patched him up. I've gone ahead and let him know you need to speak with him. We need to find out what they took and why. This is a Zulkir hero, not a regular red wizard. Zas Tam's making a move.
Intriguing. Intriguing. Alright. Where are we headed? I see. Alright.
Leave this one to me. I like the belly, and I intend to keep it.
Ah, you.
Gods, it hurts to breathe.
Okay.
Koss said you were coming. Said she'd send her best. Sorry. That Zulkir left me for dead. Luckily for me, my great-grandmother was an orc. They burned the place down, along with my books. Any chance of us picking through the cinders for clues is gone. But I do have this. It's a piece of his cloak. I tore it off during the fight. I think you have a diviner who can use this.
Interesting. I'll get to it. Alora is a diviner. I thought he was a red wizard. Doesn't look like a red. All right. It's pretty long. Pretty long. Okay.
The Resistance is still holding out hope that the process can be reversed. But I know the truth. The Thralls have lost themselves completely. Some are still alive, technically, but they're glorified husks. They're no different from the undead. This is a mercy.
Wait, that's not her? Oh, that is her. Oh.
I heard about Poel. Old man's tougher than I thought. Whatever the Zulkir wanted, they tried to cover it up. This is bad, Firebrand. So that's a piece of the Zulkir's cloak.
Oh,
I
okay.
can use it to scry on the Zulkir, figure out what they're up to. But my basin is subpar for the job. Zulkirs have powerful anti-scrying enchantments on them. I'll need a proper scrying dish, and I might know where to get one.
Go on.
There are a few red wizards who patrol the city. They're well protected, and because of that, they carry all sorts of valuables. One of them is likely a diviner, like me. They're bound to have a scrying.
Alright, take out patrol. Got it. Yeehaw. Time to go and take out a patrol. Ambush and slay them. Yeah, yep. Of course. What an adventurer does. Oh, this guy? Sorry, guys. Oh, you were not even patrolling. Thank you for the scrying orb. Your sacrifice is noted. Excuse me. I'm
Got
back?
everything I needed? Good. Now there's no telling where this spell will take us. There's also the chance that the Zulkir will know we're scrying them. Don't worry, I've taken all the necessary and unnecessary precautions. I'll bill costs for the rest of everything later. All right, here we go. You might get a sense of vertigo, but it should pass. Sivra, Sultan, Valerine, Kale, Vinra, Ithra, Sword, Sail, Stuka, Hastra, beyond the pale. Sight before my eyes, pierce the veil.
Okay. That wasn't me, I promise.
I see Zulkir performing ritual magic. A celestial bound.
Ah.
Zastam watching, commanding.
Oh, this is cool.
A Mythalar, amplifying abyssal energy. Divinity, contaminated.
Very much reminiscent of Zariel. A bit, you know?
I've some Talus cards for sale. A celestial? They have a bloody celestial chained up on that tower in the middle of the city? And they're trying to... I think they're trying to corrupt her. You need to tell Koss now.
And that leads up to the trial. Alright. The centerpiece is one of the
I've
Celestials.
nothing for you at the moment. As soon
That
as I
same
hear something,
Celestial.
I'll let you know. By Caliber, they're insane. They're actually insane. I don't know what to make of this. I'm sorry. I need to let everyone know. A Celestial and a Mythalar within the city? That's enough power to lay waste to the entire Tharch.
Time to relay.
I think we've done everything I can. I never thought I'd see the Red Wizard sink to a new low. Corrupting a Celestial. It disgusts me. I'm sorry, Hero. I need a moment. There are plenty of people who could do with a helping hand. I may have some ideas.
Friend in red. Complete the 4th milestone. So I have to wait 3 more weeks before we see how it leads up to that. So what does that give us? Exactly 50. So what does that mean? We gotta do 10, right? 10 tasks. That's 3.1 cycles, but I already have. Okay. All right, let's go and put up some music here and get to doing. Get to doing. All right. Time for the bootstrapping. I don't know I'm going to do all that again. I think I'm just going to do one character. It's really fascinating though. I quite enjoy their attempts. Oh yeah, I forgot. I still have this. We can still do that for 10. What is this highlighting here? I don't understand what that is highlighting. Oh, is it highlighting below? Oh, so now we have nulls, an expansion of the repeatables. So we have nulls and slay Thayan, evokers, illusionists, I see. So the pool expanded and added all that other stuff. Is it okay? I mean, now we have to figure out. Now we have to figure out how long that's gonna, how to go about that. Campfire run. It's all about that campfire run. Alright. This gives us 10, takes us to 60. Okay. And in the bag. Open whatever loot box we found today. Along with like whatever I combined with you guys. I collected some loot boxes. Completing this stuff on my other tunes off stream, of course, because of how long these things take now. That took over an hour, or close to an hour. I might even think keeping the pool small would end up being quicker. So you just complete all the milestones without actually completing the milestones and just do the small pool. That's kind of how this feels now. More repeatables doesn't necessarily mean variety or rewardness, because generally the tasks you have to do them like 4 times over. I don't know, Trials being the gatekeeper for gear. Alright. Oh, never mind. That's just the assassin things. Assassin quests going up. Okay. Wanted posters. What else we got? There's just wanted posters and vanishing act. This is the prisoners, which is the nulls are okay. Like, okay. Take down 30. Now, what is this vanishing act? I think this one's the prisoner thing. Oh, here's a heckin' assassin. Come on. All right. Vanishing act. 10 and 10. Evokers. Okay. So this very corner. All the you have to pick up. Get up, you. I found another assassin. Amazing. Okay. You know, it's heckin'. Is this just a lower bit or is that a no? Thank you. I need these runes. Okay. 10 and 10. This is probably incredibly low tier. That takes a really long time, 10 and 10. Especially when you still have that archaic interaction meter. Oh hey, it's another assassin. I'm surprised that usually I don't even find them that many times. Okay. I haven't actually completed the quest for the assassin, so I don't even know what happens. Maybe you get some currency. Maybe it's worth more than 10. Who knows? Maybe that's how they rationalize offsetting the currency requirements. It would be very disappointing if that's how they rationalized it. Okay. Oh, I think our activities might finish up. What the heck, man? Okay. It'd be interesting if I find the fourth assassin. Okay. Yep. They're all tethered together. Amazing. What does this actually do? About the blood extraction. Sorry. Not instructed to do so. I hope another adventure helps you out, my friend. Not today. Okay. I think I'm gonna go. Just gonna start in East Plaza. For the posters. Alright. How did this go? We go down here, go through here, grab 3 from here. I found an assassin and it obviously ambushed me exactly when two assassins. The heck is this nonsense? Three assassins for the last one. Oh, I just landed in a trap and I died. That is so dumb. That is so annoying. Alright, well, screw you too, Cryptic. You put 3 assassins at the end deliberately. No wonder people were talking about that. That's so annoying. Well, I'll never know. Thank you, Cryptic, for making that incredibly unpleasant. That's a big stupid. So now you're gonna force people to have to group up with one other person or scale up with your pushing for incentives to gear up, and that's pretty stupid. Now that the assassins are just an inconvenience. Thank you, Cryptic. This has 4 assassins, not 7, and I killed one and it didn't complete. At least I didn't see it complete. Maybe it did. I'll have to check again. I think the one here got removed or something because it's not there anymore. Oh, no, just kidding. It's over here. What's another way to be annoying about current time? You create something that mandatorily shows up and is meant to gank you. Like, nice. I guess the easiest way to do about this is just TP to a different instance immediately. Save the time, save the annoyance of it popping up. You did not actually think that they would actually do something to help the players, did you? What happened? Is there a way to fix it and make it normal than just to say it's always meant? Wait, what happened? Oh, help with assassin. Well, I would love to be able to read chat while not running into 8 billion mobs at the same time, but you know, part of the experience. And now I get placed above instead of below. Another double track. Oh, that sent me all the way back here. Okay. The tracking marker thing is like arguably very, very useless. If not make things worse. So we're just gonna follow where we know how to go. How about you, how about whoever that doesn't work at Cryptic anymore, reverse the Sentinel, reverse the silly Sentinel patch so that I can like be around and want to be a tank to do these quests. So volunteer for your assassin mechanics instead of making it unfun and being a crutch for people who actually run around doing quests. It's probably something worth considering. Like, I certainly wouldn't mind running around as my Justicar doing assassins. So whenever assassins happen, I'm just gonna instance change because that mechanic's stupid. It's such an impediment. This is their fix, make it norm, then just say it was always meant to be. Still waiting for the skyhole boons that not fixed up. Oh, they're talking about age-old bugs that don't retroactively get resolved. Okay. I guess we stop by. The nice thing about these guys being separate things is you can stop by and hand them in as you're going, which is okay. I don't mind that. Last rotation, and then I'm off. I mean, I could try to sit in PE for like 15 minutes. And then see if there's a off chance, a super rare chance that we drop in on a advance trial watch the people zone in, and then one person leaves because they somehow already know that it's going to fail, or it fails right in the beginning. Someone dies immediately in the beginning, and then the person will leave. Just abandon queue right away. I summarized what happens more than 50% of the time. For advance, not masters. Masters have gatekeeping, so gatekeeping helps make it consistent, regardless of how rare it is. We could do an RTQ and see if it shows up in queue. At least see the assets that whoever made it generated. I'm often curious if the people who generate the assets, whenever it's their turn, also did the mechanics, or are they separate people? Because honestly, the people who do the mechanics, I'm not talking about those people. I think those people choose to do something that oftentimes diminishes the value of those who are animating them. But they're not the same person. Ladies and gentlemen, red circles are not the size that they appear. And that red circle hit me. Luckily we got the kill beforehand. Okay. Going down the long way. This should be fine. All right. Prisoners. How long is the prisoner? Which one is this? Oh, this one's kind of long too. So the thing got adulterated. Yeah, the thing got adulterated by these ones. They're much longer than the other rotation. So, not more weeklies, just more repeatables. More repeatables, extend the playtime. Wishful thinking. It'll be interesting to see what it's gonna feel like when these zones are abandoned after 10 weeks, right? And then you go around like, hey, does anyone want to do assassins? Let's attach a currency to something that makes it so that you require someone if you're the one that needs those things. I think there's a good example of this, and it's Menzo Berenzan. Still do not have, like, what's a great example of a lack of design foresight? This right here. Getting these things, the elite seals, probably much more disagreeable than the assassins, if the assassin's currency is unique to assassins. So we'll see. Because I did notice that there are currencies that the assassin drops. At least you can kill the first 3. And then, you know, outscale the last 3. If you don't need the gear anymore. You know, if you don't need anything and need help, then you can probably do it. Force group play. Force group play. Not incentivized group play. You might be thinking, well, then there are geared people to help you, right? Because there are people who completed the trials going around helping people. Actually, a lot of times, they're the ones like, why don't you just do it yourself? You can have enough gear, skill issue. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a skill issue if you allowed blade masters to dodge whenever they hit the shift button. That would be a novel idea to normalize a tracking attack from 3 assassins that are range, or lower their tracking damage. That would be something too. It's not a skill issue when your gear is the gatekeeping. I wouldn't be as critical if I wasn't on my blade master. I'm pretty sour, obviously, because I can't be on my sentinel, because it would take 8 billion years. Stop the necro. Oh, is that what the thing is? Oh, I get to help that one guy? I think I get to help that one guy. The blood ritual thing? Oh no. Just kidding. I don't know where this is pointing. We had like 4 and dude started stuff. That was dumb. Need more on red and dead bleed. We have like 4 and dude started. Special map mechanic to be more. That's in red. Sorry, I'm reading chat. Just curious what the discontent is. Where's this going? Oh. I thought I might be able to rescue the guy that was getting his blood extracted. This is something else. Oh. Huh. Was this always here? Interesting. That's it? Yeah. I'm less and less going to do this. I would love to be able to watch something and enjoy like some sort of programming while doing this. It's actually been a fairly low point. In fact, I think this is probably, while I love it, all this stuff for sure, the requirements is making it drag on or overstay its welcome. So It's probably one of the lowest mods in the last like 5 mods. I was fairly optimistic for most of the mods when it came to the design choices. They kind of really breed healthy requirements and like less forceful things at the face of reality. Like for example, constantly forcing more and more things to be needing people around the clock, as opposed to being sober and understanding that that's not available around the clock. Yep. All right. So let's go open some lockboxes because that's for vanity. Lockboxes are a vanity thing. We got 19 here. I think I conglomerated all the ones onto my paladin. Let's see if my fighter has. I'm doing it. Do you have any boxes on you? Those are old boxes. Do you have any new boxes? I have some keys on my paladin. To get to my paladin. Let's see if we open exciting. Oh, and we can sit in the. We can sit in the PE while we do this. See if there's a chance. 44? How many keys do I have on this guy? 31? Alright, we'll open 31. Close. 32, I suppose. We got the rest of the keys on our barbarian. Our barbarians become less and less attractive because of mechanical things. Oh hey, someone's asking for ASOD. All right, let's open. We have what, 32 keys, and then we'll open the rest over on the barbarian. Actually, we have 32, right? So let's open the first 12 on the barbarian, so then I can stay on the paladin to see if there's any runs. I don't run things on I don't run dungeons and stuff very much anymore on my barbarian. They kind of just destroyed everything. I usually have to tank, so if I had to choose, it's overwhelmingly against the sentinel. Alright, so let's open these 12 first. And we'll open another 31 for next time, if we don't get it. Right? Let's see. 100 bonus on the first open it's nice. Another one, okay. Reroll tokens. I have thousands of reroll tokens. And then that's the 5 open bonus. That's automatic. More reroll tokens. Negative. Negative. That's okay. Another bonus. Just a bunch of... Okay. Alright. Now let's head on to our paladin. It was okay. I think it was above average with all the bars. I don't know what you do with bars actually. There's no amount of resources that make up for gatekeeping gear on a trial, so you can open all the lockboxes you want. Doesn't substitute for access to content. Alright. 32. Let's go. Let's see a mythic drop. Hype. I can take keys. Those are below average. Below average. Below average. Okay. Okay. 100 again. Ah, that's okay. This is just gonna get dusted, but that's okay. More keys. Color. Wait, what happened? Oh yeah, we hit the 25 mark. Right. Oh, hey, another bag of holding. I'll just improve one of the characters. I don't sell them. I don't sell anything usually. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, I might sell that just to convert it into something else. So I don't have to switch insignias anymore. I have 3 sets of insignias. Okay. Alright, cool. Come on, let's see that mythic color. More mythic colors. Okay. 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 Another bag of holding. Alright. Well, I guess I can complete out my my fighter. My fighter's like bag. I mean, if you keep your bag organized, it's pretty irrelevant. Okay. Alright. Alright. I would say it was above average. We still got what? We opened like 44, right? So we got 31 to go. I stopped at 75 because of the 1000. And then the rest is not interesting. They're exponentially more. It actually escalates instead of de-escalates. It's like reverse of how gotcha boxes work. So I stop at 75. But we don't have any more boxes that I picked up. So I'll pick up more boxes for next week. I could pick up the rest to run through my paladin, but I think this module has, if I continue to do this every week like this, it will be far too long. Because it's ballooned from an average of like 30 minutes to an hour, even including the quest line, to like, let's reduce the currency, double the steps, which is great. I love the double step stuff, but that's on top of the increased playtimes. 2 hours per character. That's 6 hours. I'm not doing. I won't be able to complete my paladin in time. So I'll do them while enjoying, I don't know, an audiobook, a D&D audiobook or something. I think far more enjoyable that way. It, of course, as guaranteed, the chat is barely enough sufficient to even warrant believing that there are people around to even queue up for anything. Right. You have to do it during the day. It is quite active when it's like 12 hours from now. If you're on 12 hours from now, you can probably find activity. Generally speaking, though, the last week, between now and last week, I was trying to get into an advance SOD, and pretty much every single one of them had plus experience. I'm like, well, how do you get experience the first time you do it? So you look for a practice one, and those practice ones, when those people sit there and try to assemble a practice one, it doesn't get off the ground. There's always like, they just sit there for like 40 minutes to an hour, and then you're not even sure if it happened or not. So, way to introduce things that reinforce the idea that you should not ever try to daily drive this game unless you have people willing to daily drive it with you. That's kind of the nature of it. It's very different from playing something that actually has a population that sustains the design. Like hop on Hearthstone, click Battlegrounds, and you probably will get a match with the person, with other people. Maybe 10 minutes, 10-minute games. This one, not so much. This is more like a 1 hour wait time, and then not having an attempt after 1 hour wait time. That is the reality. Yep. Yeah, we don't have any queues. There are a few people who sit there and want to do things. Right, this person wants to do a random dungeon queue. This same person needs a random advanced queue. Someone needs a random dungeon queue, random everything. 3 people need the same things, but they don't talk to each other. They just sit there and write LFG the whole time. And it's the same 3 in the last 10 minutes. Same 3 people typing the same thing. That's about the experience. What I typically do when I'm like to demonstrate, what I typically do is I look at the role queue in random. I switch to that role using my paladin because it's either going to be healer or tank. 8 out of 10 times. There's actually a couple of times now, yeah, like this DPS is missing. I queue up every once. So that's how I do my dailies. It's about less than an hour each day. When I'm doing nothing, I pop in, pull up cozy up to what I have to read, maybe a nice news article or something, maybe an audiobook or a podcast, something that I have to do, have to work on, right, or study. And I would switch to the roles. Like right now, I would queue into this and complete the dungeon because it's the dungeon. I would complete dungeon queues and trial queues while brainstorming for my next project or something like that. And that's kind of what live service is to me. Meanwhile, I could complete an entire project sitting here. Sometimes I do. I idle my character and I would sit during like a busy time. If I ever get that moment, I operate on NA time, so pretty much it's guaranteed that even if I sit my character there while doing my work, I rarely would come across a group that wants to do anything related to the relevant stuff. Actually, it takes quite some time. To this day, I think I'm one Imperial Citadel away from getting just the advanced dungeon set, because in my opinion, asinine like decision making like this to differentiate without adequate people who actually run around the clock and things like this, like making like loot rolling and things like that happen. And this game, in this trial, it's all loot rolling, so it's back to loot rolling again. Because of that, I've never seen these weapons. And this doesn't take into account all the failed runs. So you get 9 per run, right? 9 of these booty currencies, and I have yet in 36 runs, I think it's about 36 runs, I have not seen a respective thing drop. So that's kind of the nature of how archaic this type of system is. It's unrewarding, but it's also something you get very familiar with. So like I don't run these dungeons expending too much effort per se. I run them and I enjoy like an episode of One Piece or something, or listen to a review of other live service games and whatnot, because I am on the hunt for another live service game I can substitute for things in the future. Alright folks, It's kind of underwhelming, of course. Today, how do I rank week 3? Which week 3 includes week 2's milestone? I really like the milestone stuff, like the burning of the, like setting off the statue. You run around looking at all the pieces. All the locations are very unique for all your new. It feels very interconnected because the last couple modules, while they were pretty excellent in my opinion, things feel very interconnected. Sometimes things can feel a little disjointed, but I think the disjointedness is well welcome because they are weeklies. The disjointed instances are weeklies, and they offer currency that offsets how disjointed it can feel. Now, Red Harvest is very, very well connected, and there's verticality and all that stuff, but then you are constantly reminded that you're doing 3 times more of the volume. And that, to me, all I think about is I look at that clock and I'm like, boy howdy, I only want to do this once. What's another thing that reminds me of this feeling? It's probably Dragonbone Vale is the last time this reminded. Oh, you know what? Mezimberozan. No, Menzo was pretty good. I think North Dark and Dragonbone Vale was the last time this felt like it. Where, like, oh, okay, so we have to do this for the faction points. And just sit there. Okay. Well, I better chip away at my 500 episode 500 episode catch up on my media, right? That's kind of how I feel now. It's a bit underwhelming. Today though, I would say it's above average. Week 3, the milestone that's from week 2, compared to like last time, it's fantastic. It's quite good. It's very entertaining. I enjoyed what they were trying to build, and so for whoever was writing the stuff, fantastic, you know, and voice acting, it's as you expect, quite lovely, and everything else, you know, people who decided on design choice, rewards, incentives, all of that stuff. Well, I can't even make a comment about the mechanics in the trial, so I'm sure they're very entertaining in the advanced mode. I'll let you know if I get a chance. And then I'm gonna assume the masters is okay. I'm not gonna go out of my way to like go on YouTube or something. Most of this stuff is pretty anti whoever it is. I don't particularly enjoy personally interacting with augmented resources for Neverwinter. I kind of enjoy being able to experience it if it was possible. So for that, excuse me, right? I prefer to be able to play a game as opposed to live vicariously through things. And here's another, probably a little bit of a downer. People are expected to augment their experience when they play a game like this, including others, where like, oh, at least do you know the mechanics? And I'm like, well, no, but I'm here to experience the mechanics. But it's like, but you could just look it up and be ready for it. It's like, well, that's not what I'm here for. It's like, well, you can't be part of the team. It's like, okay, that's fine. Or the alternative, which I absolutely am opposed to, again, is the whole preview shard thing. The whole preview shard thing is it's a feeding minority opinion. It makes it so that behavior is acceptable, and that's fine. I don't have to experience games like this the way I want to. I can go and casually go and play first, you know, single player games like Clear Obscure and whatnot, and feel quite rewarded. So I am starting to question with this change. I'm starting to question whether I will be around to see the end of Neverwinter Online, perhaps. I think even now this feels incredibly a misstep. I think this module is fantastic in terms of its content, but in terms of its negotiation, like whoever's making the negotiation on what is keeping people playing or retaining, you definitely nailed it. Whoever that it is, you definitely nailed it for all those people who already have all they want and whatnot. But I think it is not surprising to me that at least whoever's like diehard, like still doing this as a form of entertainment or catharsis, like myself, I'm less and less likely inclined to ever suggest picking this up. I would say Lord of the Rings Online probably has more sustainability and pro-consumer things than Neverwinter. And Lord of the Rings Online isn't even being posted or developed by an official publishing group. It's merely supported by whoever is still there. I actually saw Lord of the Rings updates all the time. So that's kind of my sentiments here. I think though, week 3, if I had to give it like a reductive number, it's 6 out of 10. It's above average. I actually quite like the writing, the moving around and seeing the different areas that I didn't even know it was accessible. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna be making comments less and less about gear, tiers, like trials, maybe dungeons in the future. So that's not gonna be for another 3 or 4 months. And this is the usual routine. I will come up with something to talk about, or think about something interesting to talk about next week, because next week is a bye week, and then the following week is also a bye week because there's no third milestone. At least, nothing is supposed to happen in the third milestone. According to whatever the story was, it looks like the next milestone is the 4th milestone when the story advances again, the lore stuff. So I think they actually cut this out too. So I feel like they cut this out and cut this out, so it's half of it. You actually have bye weeks, so these are artificial milestones. At least that's what it looks like now. So not only is that a devastating, like that's disappointing. So you used to have 4 events in this, so now they truncated and slammed it into every other week. I guess that's the plan that they have. That's what it feels like. So next week we're gonna have some talking topics to keep us a little on task. I'm not sure what it is yet. Maybe talk about the state of live service games or something relevant to Neverwinter. Maybe some D&D stuff. I'd be interested. But this is above average, and next week it already writes itself. Next week is going to be like a 3 out of 10 experience. The following week a little 3 out of 10 because it'll be reinforcing all the reductive, extenuating, artificial inflation of game time, and it will still trigger that thing where you hit a milestone and you have to wait till the next following milestone. And then these back here, probably like 2 out of 10, probably one of the worst modules up to the point in terms of experience on longevity, because all of these already feel pretty long. They're usually below average. The reason why the previous modules were above average for the most part was because the weeklies were able to circumvent the excessive length. So now it's 3 times longer for me, at least, and the verticality and stuff, it overstays its welcome. So these things, in my opinion, instead of making myself have to sound very negative or I do these leisurely, much like aggressive live service games that I have played. You do it leisurely. I would love to watch One Piece with all of y'all, or watch like a Netflix program with you, but that would be very difficult to do it live, largely because that would lead to copyright. So yeah, inherently empty. I would say it's a bit of a more of a catharsis. So I like running dungeons actually, but I'm not going to sit here running dungeons without doing something else on top of it. Largely because this content at this point is egregiously overinflated. Who knows? Maybe Lurian Studios will be able to resuscitate and make Neverwinter interesting. I mean, there's rumors going around like, what is Lorian's next game? Who knows? But there, you know, Neverwinter is definitely a thing on the table because Baldur's Gate 3 didn't really hit that Neverwinter, right? So, anyways, until next time, it's been swell. A little bit on the negative side. I think the assassins mechanic is deliberately made to address a problem that doesn't exist. It actually created a problem, in my opinion. It exacerbated a problem as opposed to encouraging encouraging a solution. So like it didn't alleviate anything. It kind of just hampered things even further. This is the same with the world boss, Tenebrolov or something like that. It reminds me of many of the zone constant focus on zone scaling things. I think one of the most egregious is the zone scaling stuff. Largely because, well, you don't play around this time zone, so you wouldn't know. And I think the patch said like, oh yeah, you know, we scaled it to the designated or projected difficulty or challenge of things. Like, yeah, but you don't play. Have you played around certain time zones and see how that works? Because you could just work on server maintenance like for half the day, and then just have the other servers, like have a server that's optimized for the other, and then close down your NA route or something, because the activity is most definitely doing the sinusoidal wave more and more. This is my 2 cents. So I'll be back next week. I'll probably run through my Barbarian again, see how well the timing is without the milestone stuff. If it's within an hour, I think I got some material to talk about for like 2 hours. Something related to gaming. Maybe I'll read. I feel like picking up something about Neverwinter and then reading about it and talking about what I read in Neverwinter. That's kind of nice. Yep. So I'll be back next Monday if it interests anyone. I kind of like these type of things to have opportunities to digress about random things. But today didn't have that opportunity, I suppose. But occasionally, you know, you would have the one person show up or someone catching up, and I like to chat about what's going on, maybe related to Dungeons and Dragons or live service games. I like doing that. But on these type of days, it is very required that there are people. That's the irony, right? And in this game, in this hour, those players do not exist. Like, after all of this talking, I was here for what? More than 40 minutes? Same 4 people still trying to organize something. And not even organize them. Actually, they're just trying to do their dailies. Yep. Sounds about right. Okay, so take care. folks. Stay safe. Happy gaming. Pick a different time zone to play. Hopefully you have a schedule that has a different time zone. And yeah, fingers crossed that I'm still looking for those patch notes. You know, I get excited whenever Cryptic announces a patch notes and it's like one sentence, fix the typo. I still get excited about patch notes. Patch notes means active development, right? And investment. It's really shocking how infrequent patch notes are for upkeeping something like this. No. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming. Take care now. Bye bye.